be wise to give that large gas cloud a wide berth. Don't think there's anything to gain by getting near it.
Oh, yes, I adore interruptions. I was just saying, what's best for stoking the spark of invention? Regular disruptions to one's train of thought. Now, what is it you want? Now that you mention it, there was one particularly insistent little mech who kept trying to put all manner of bric-a-brac in here. After several firm remonstrations, I told it the interior of this building is off-limits while I am working here. Didn't see that peculiar little scamp again after that. Ah, our good Marshall sent you, did he? Well, unfortunately, the device is taking longer than expected. A number of factors. Zeranium is dangerous, and we wouldn't want a researcher falling victim to their subject of study. The scarcity of volunteers is also a problem. Everyone wants to fix the gas leak, but no one wants to step inside a hazardous vapor. Now tell me, are you familiar with zeranium gas? One and the same. That building took the brunt of the damage during a recent attack, and now it's spewing valuable zeranium all over the place. I could speak at length about zeranium's many captivating intrinsic qualities, but suffice it to say, in its gaseous state, it's rather deadly. So what am I endeavoring to create? A protective device that shields its wearer from zeranium's remarkably unsavory effects, as well as other forms of harm. Quite splendidly, if I do say so myself. The principal function of the device is confirmed operational. I merely need to work out some minor implementation concerns. Alas, while I'm occupied with inventing this shield gadget, I also find myself in need of assistance regarding its key components. Good. Wonderful. As an added incentive, I'll allow you to keep one of the prototypes once the work is finished, so you be sure to give it your all. Now here, you'll need this apparatus. It's for collecting stray zeranium effluvium. Gas, that is. My supply is running low from all the iterative testing I've been performing. Merely activate the device once it's inside a zeranium cloud, the one around the main hangar specifically. Try to avoid any fields of dense zeranium, or death is all but assured. Any questions? Well, of course, obviously. To that end, I'd suggest choosing a cloud of lesser density for your collection efforts. Lower chance of near-instant death that way. If you suffer prolonged exposure, assuming you survive, see our local medical officer next door. She is highly preoccupied by the treatment of zeranium-related maladies. Oh, so exhilarating to have a new subordinate. I look forward to thoroughly scrutinizing your work. Now, shoo-shoo! Off with you now! Gather those samples! Shoo!
Anomalous behavior detected. Outer chassis sealant at test number 14 is confirmed a failure. Uranium exposure rate appears to be unaffected. Test model displayed standard overload-induced paralysis, then became atypically aggressive. Forced to terminate test model in self-defense.
Commander? I think this stuff is eating my lungs from the inside.
My little minion. I trust you've made progress in your tasks? What did I tell you? Perfectly safe. Either that or you tolerate Zeranium poisoning like a champ. Good for you. Should you suffer from any lingering symptoms of contamination, visit the medical center and they'll get you squared away. Now, on to business. The device already generates a field exactly as specified, albeit on a very small scale. Still, progress is progress. What's needed now is something to help extend and shape the field around the user. Capital deduction! Where have you been all my career? You'll be pleased to learn there's one right here at the facility, in the Dragoon that's patrolling just outside. You guessed correctly. Our chief mechanist was rather hostile to the idea. So you may have trouble getting your hands on the catalytic amplifier. I'm sure he's just being cautious. Should Auntie's choice attack us, we don't want to be caught defenseless. No doubt he also seeks to retain an unspoiled automech, since the others are by now riddled with Zeranium poisoning. Dragoons are a mainstay of our military. The design has been in production for decades. I had a model of one when I was young. All children did. You must have seen the large automech patrolling the interior grounds. That is the Dragoon. Good. A flexible mindset should behoove you on this task. Perhaps the chief mechanist will prove more receptive to your request. Failing that, be prepared to exercise creativity if needed. One last thing. The Dragoon must not be harmed. Not only would the amplifier likely be damaged, but we'd both be summarily executed, assuming we survive the firefight that ensued. Well, off you go. Shoo.
Give me a sec. Almost done with this work list. Another sealant failure, amplifier requisition, and 2 more cases of Zeranium exposure. We're a mite bit busy these days. She and I have been over this 100 times. Please understand. The original staff of this facility were rounded up and refreshed because they couldn't safeguard a protectorate asset. Why should I follow their example by reducing our sole working Dragoon to a pile of unpatriotic scrap? I can't. I won't. Be gone already. I wish I could help, but you'll just have to find another way.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate seal for their assigned work? Report them for freshman post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
Outside.
We are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states
No, I just feel sad for them. It's even in their name. Auntie's Choice.
Don't take your meaning. We don't have a balance and a roster.
they sneer at our
Outsider? Well, look who it is. What is it? Speak your mind.
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of
That is most excellent. Please, hand them over.
herself designed it, and the
Sincerest thanks. Now, we had what you outsiders call a deal. I promised you a means past the bridge and a way inside the Vox Relay. There is wreckage from a crashed ship traversing most of the expanse. With the right equipment, the path will lead you directly to the Vox Relay's main gate. Tell me, do you already have Protectorate jump boots in your possession? That's what I knew them as. The official title is Personal Plasma Thrusters, I suppose.
affords us a perfect life of contentment and plenty. We have
Correct. At least if you want to emerge safely out the other side. I'll prepare a writ of conscription to allow you entry to the Vox Relay. While most would refuse my authorization, the sentry assigned to the gate once lived in Westport. Sentry second-class layman. Show the writ as proof I have conscripted you into my employ. Use it to press service on my behalf, and she will let you in. Once you're inside, there's someone else you should show it to. You do that and say what I tell you. It'd save many lives.
are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty.
The Vox Relay is, to my mind, a time bomb. Brigadier Montelli's lost his way. Now all manner of chaos is raging there. I've heard tell he's even resorted to extra-legal executions. Madness, I tell you. A brigadier doesn't act as judge, jury, and executioner. That's an arbiter's job. And even then, they're enforcing existing protectorate law.
fascinatingly complex ecological network. To govern it, the matriarch working with and
Marshal Corbin. As with all my subjects, I have been there when he needed me. I trust we can call on him now to do his part. Seek him out at the Vox Relay, conscript him with the writ, and this is important. You must convince him to kill Montelli. Corbin will want to talk him down, to take him into custody, to message superiors outside the facility beforehand. We cannot allow any of that to happen.
or the base individualists within Auntie's Choice. Though don't fret, the system is resilient.
If Corbin becomes the highest-ranking officer alive, no one will be able to contradict his accounting of events. The Protectorate execute connivers and schemers. Corbin must appear forced to take down Montelli in the moment. It cannot feel like a plotted coup.
But prudence dictates we give it a little extra added zeal for now.
Good, good. Here is the writ. I may not survive to see what occurs, but I trust you to follow your conscience. Farewell now. Promise you'll return here if you can, to check in on my people and see how they fare.
Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
Nobody needs go anywhere. Not when we can still save Westport. It'd have to be catastrophically obvious this place was doomed. And well, that's what's commonly referred to as your opinion. Farewell.
All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient. Defense against siege.
sabotage, and/or manipulative indoctrinatory falsity.
Well, it's infected. Redstone arrives soon, we'll have to start cutting.
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of social order. Why? Because the matriarch herself designed it, and the sovereign embodies and executes on it. Throughout history, human societies were constantly out of balance.
I hear correctly that you brought us automech parts? Why, thank you kindly, outsider.
And
No.
lack of community led to terrible suffering. Poor dears didn't have the firm, benevolent hand of the sovereign to guide them. Here on Eden, we all enjoy the full luxury the paradigm affords us. A perfect life of contentment and plenty. We have community, purpose, time for recreation. We sleep well at night.
Fawn over everything that he says. Wonderful idea, Project Visitor.
Got company.
Great as always. Ugh, sycophants, all. Not a single spine between them.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Hostile state.
How are you still upright over there? Let me know when you... Commander, watch your back! You up like a regular dock ride.
Where were we?
he went off to relieve himself, but I reckon that was a handful of hours ago. You don't think he took it
I see you haven't gone and blown yourself up yet. I'll be spaced. Scrabbles! And hardly the worse for wear! You've no grasp of what his return means to this unit. Scrabbles was originally a gift from my daughter. He fought with us during the Consolidation War, and has seen this squad through every hard deployment since leaving Tau Ceti. He's also packed with some of the finest grade stimulants this side of legal. Here, for your trouble. Livener like that comes in handy when you're in a pinch. Seems everyone's scoring big today. While we appreciate you returning Scrabbles, you'll not provoke me into a course of unwise action if that's your aim. I will take...
You there. Keep your hands where I can see them. Halt! What's an Auntie's choice monstrosity doing here? Have you come to spy? So confusion and disruption, I'll not have it.
Good, because I ain't bringing it. Though if you're that desperate to test my patience, by all means, keep it up.
Patience. As if you infiltrators possess as much, feverishly raising our lands wherever you go. You are fortunate that I've been ordered not to open fire unless fired upon.
They never listen to sound advice, do they?
Some folk are dead set on going their way, even if it's straight out an airlock.
I will not suffer an outsider to trespass and trample further through our lands. Turn back from this bridge now, lest my ever-depleting prudence be spent. Yes. They are corporate degenerates who threatened our dominion and way of being. When we captured them, we hanged them as a warning. Now the capitalist scourge's advancement has ended. Their morale is shattered, and they do not dare encroach. I dare say this spectacle served its purpose well. If you are an enemy of the Protectorate, you will be judged. May we all take heed of such a warning. This is an abnormal engagement indeed. It's been a mutually assured stalemate on this part of the island for months. Why else do you think that enemy base nearby still stands?
Yeah, we've already established that you wish you had different orders.
What I wish matters little. We Wardens are renowned for our discipline, our adherence to the rules of engagement. Even in unsavory company, I will not turn to needless violence. However much I have been pushed toward it of late. One could say, I don't know what's worse, standing guard against those vile invaders or the burdens Brigadier Montelli has foisted on me now that he's ensconced in the Vox Relay. He's been fervent of late, looking for any Protectorate subjects who have displayed disloyalty. In his estimation, any associations with wrongdoers results in swift execution. That has, unfortunately, put many folk in his sights, myself included. And so we wait for the proverbial axe to fall. Betraying the Protectorate, using the Sovereign's name in vain, overindulging in food and drink, loafing, boasting, belching, and of course, colluding with wrongdoers. You dare to propose an arrangement? I may have need of your help, stranger, if you are ready to seize an opportunity to show fealty to the Protectorate. I know of 2 traitors who yet remain on this island. Bring them to me, and I'll dispose of them before the Brigadier questions my loyalty and deems me guilty by association. In return, I shall grant you clearance to cross the bridge. Fair exchange, wouldn't you say?
This is exactly the manner of depravity we mean to free these folk from. I know we gotta cross the bridge, but there must be an alternative. One that don't involve an executioner.
No. I am ridding us of 2 dangerous traitors who will inevitably take good subjects down with them. Am I one of those good subjects? Of course. To my point, our forces on the island are dwindling rapidly. Not just from the fighting, but from treachery. Or from seeing treachery where there is none. I am seeking to preserve our forces by punishing the true wrongdoers. After all, it is rather impossible to uphold one's sovereign-given duties if one is deceased. Now, will you accept my offer, or will you finally get out of my sight? Even if said strangers deserve to be brought to justice, allow me to offer another solution. Hand over your companion here. A grafted soldier on display would surely make an impression on Montelli. And us all.
You're out of your mind. You ain't gonna use me to solve your problem. You're just dragging out the inevitable. Tell her, Commander. See? So how about you take that suggestion and shove it right up your...
Yes, you've made your point. Now, can we come to some other agreement, or will you stand here wasting my time? Barbaric? Ha! And who is the one standing here in soiled armor and in the midst of monsters? If you wish to cross, this is the only way. So unless you change your mind, be gone.
Bet we can sneak in there. Want to give it a try, Commander?
There's scrutiny.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just give the signal.
No troublemakers.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest... to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all... Auntie's Choice is the proud...